So today I want to talk about these two types of stirrups. They are both safety stirrups, they both have inclined tread, they both have very similar designs. Disclaimer, I've actually been using the SafeOn SafeOns for a while, so I've put them back in their box purely for this, and so the box is a bit battered and they're not the cleanest. But that's not how they arrived, that's just what it is. So first of all I want to do the unboxing. I haven't opened this one yet, it's just arrived from Horse Health, so let's have a look. I assume other stock is still available, I don't know. Ah, okay, I can't actually put this out. There we go. So these are the SafeOn SafeOns. I have these with incline ultra grip tread and grey footrest. I've got them in dark grey and grey. So this is what it looks like, although obviously the box is usually a bit less battered than this. So these particular ones have a left and a right. They have a little instruction guide on how you put them, but basically the letter is supposed to be against that side of the horse when you're in it, because these have an inclined tread and obviously otherwise your foot's going to be pointing downhill instead of uphill. So because I put them on facing that way with the saddle on this side, and then I turn them out. I've been using these for a while. I've just given them a rinse off with hot water, so they're not horrendously dirty. I do find a lot of arena surface sticks to the tread. That's going to be the same with any like these. They have this little grippy bit. The safety arm is a little pin, which most of you will probably know. Oh, focus, focus, come on. We're not going to focus apparently. And as I'm holding a phone with one hand and a stirrup with the other, I can't click on the focus. And this pin is, I think, supposed to break, so this bit comes up and away in the event of a fall, which I'm sure it shall. I've thankfully not had to test this yet. You'll see this has a little turn, so it sort of encourages the stirrup to go slightly. I find this doesn't encourage the stirrup to do a lot other than sit like that. I have to literally lean down and pull the stirrup on because they're so grippy that I can't just wiggle my way in so easily. I'm pretty sure there's a knack to that. Other people no doubt have no issues. So here are the Lemur Vector Control. The box is a bit different. It's nice and pretty. Superior stirrup innovation. Oh, it's magnetic. I do like a nice box. Ah. And here are the stirrups. These are quite different. So these have more, like, obviously those feel very plasticky, because they are. They feel solid. This is softer, but that's because this is sort of like a rubber, I don't know if you can see my hand going in, sort of like a rubberized arm that goes over it, whereas these are solid all the way around. They have a different mechanism. Should I compare right to right? I am comparing right to right. That's handy. Let's just shut that box. So here is the same stirrup, but this is, oh, I'm going to sit down. Ah, my chair sank. So this is the Lemur Vector Control stirrup. So I got this one because it's got the same inclined tread. There is a price difference. There's a slight size difference as well. The Lemur ones are definitely a little bit smaller, which I don't dislike. I think, yeah, see now these have got quite a distinct little circle with all little gaps around the edges, which I found a nightmare to clean. I'm hopeful, oh, is this showing up properly? These will be easier because this is moulded all the way in, so there's no gaps, but I don't know if that means the shock absorbing is not going to be as good. That gap there is no doubt going to get covered in mud, although it is actually big enough to get my finger in, which that one, I have little fingers I can just about get in. I don't know if you can see, you can actually, if I lift it away you can see. Yeah, there you go, you can see there are little gaps down the sides as well. Which I assume means this has got better shock absorbing, but I mean, who really knows? Who really knows? Little gaps down the sides there are going to be a nightmare for me, I'm sure, but it's nice that you've got a little guide for your foot to go in. Obviously same 5-degree incline, very similar foot tread. Oh, it's got the little Lemur trick, trick, goodness gracious. You know, you can see your screws, I guess that's so you can change the foot plate if you wish to. We'll take it out for cleaning. That doesn't exist in these. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. So the safety arm in these is quite a bit more obvious. It's magnetic, but you can obviously see now that it comes away, which I don't know if it's good or bad that I can do that, but it certainly gives me a bit more I like to know that if my hand can move it, my foot can. I can't do that with these. I have to trust that pin. Now, I know they've been really well tested, so my brain trusts them, mostly. I just struggle a bit. From the top, if I can do a top down. Again, these are definitely a little bit slimmer along the top bit, although I think on the arms they're very similar. Similar sort of design. Let's turn it a lot. I don't know who was inspired by whom, or if they've both been inspired by someone else. I'm sure you can all educate me in the comments. I'm not really sure about this styling here, what the point of this is. These little flathead screw moulds that aren't actually screws. Don't know. Got a nice little Allen key looking thing at the top to turn it. Yeah. Overall, shame I couldn't get them both in the same colours. So what I'm going to do is, I've been riding in these for some time. Probably about 3 weeks. And I'm going to ride in these instead. Now, my head groom has been riding in normal peacocks with a normal rubber tread in for some time. She is trying these. She really likes them. So she's going to keep giving those a go. I just wonder, is this footplate the same? Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to stand up so actually. Camera angles. Now I think, and I could be wrong, the footplate is ever so slightly deeper on the Flexon. Oh no, I think it's an optical illusion. Of course, what I could do is turn them around, then we can see. Are you both gonna lean there? You are. Well, there is a tiny bit. I've got a grid line up on my phone, and when I line it up, it comes to here. Here. So there is a tiny bit in it. I don't think it's going to make a difference because it's just this smooth bit. Yeah, we'll see how they perform and how they clean. For Flexons, you get a little kit of this, which is the screws that go on the side, and an Allen key. Now, unfortunately, this is about 2 months after my first video. These haven't been washed since, but it has been mostly dry weather. This came off, which is the safety mechanism. The screw came off. No riders have actually fallen off. I think this went into the side of the school. So I don't know how expensive these are to get after you use your first two, but if they're pricey, then this is probably not the most economical system, given that small dressage horse gently bashed the stirrup alongside. And you can see there's a lot of wear to this rubber side, which, given it's the outside one, they just haven't worn so well. And I'll get a bit of the lemurs next. In contrast, I thought I'd get out the other stirrups. These are the lemur ones. Again, after the same amount of use, they're a bit dirtier, I'm afraid. Although, in their defence, these are used on a lot more horses. So the saddle that I've put the SafeOns on is a Wow saddle, and I have them with it's got a skirt cover or something. Anyway, it's really hard to get the stirrups on and off. But these go on every single other horse that's ridden, so they're used about 4 times as much. But yeah, dirt and cleaning level about the same with both. This mechanism hasn't opened once on us. Obviously we can open it by hand, as I showed you before. But what I like now, in retrospect, having had the SafeOns come off, is that even if the arm opens, you've got this little tread that just keeps your foot in place if you're not actually falling out. It is rubber, it moves a bit. Oh, I'm hiding it. So it is flexible, so it's not going to keep your foot there if it's not supposed to. But I did have the experience on my more advanced horse of going around with the SafeOns and having my foot come out the side because I had new boots on them. And I was trying to break them in. So my vote personally goes for these, and that of my head groom, who has also ridden in both about as much as I have. Have fun, guys.